Everyone, welcome back to your HR Bestie, your safe space to understand HR concepts without confusion, stress, or complicated language. I'm really happy you're here today. Our topic for this video is what is HR analytics now? I know the word analytics can sound a little scary or very technical. Many people think it's only for data scientists or people who love numbers and complex formulas, but trust me, HR analytics is not as complicated as it sounds. And more importantly, it is becoming extremely important in real workplace life. This video is specially created for students, freshers who are entering HR roles, early career HR professionals, and even non-HR employees who want to understand how HR decisions are actually made in organizations. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand what HR analytics really means, why companies are using it so much today, how HR uses data to make decisions, and how you can start thinking like data-driven HR professional. So relax. Think of this as a friendly conversation with your HR bestie, and let's begin. Let's start with the most basic question. What is HR analytics? In simple words, HR analytics is the process of using data and numbers to understand, improve, and make better decisions about people at work. That's it, no complicated definition. If I explain it more simply, HR analytics means using employee data to solve HR problems. Instead of saying, I think employees are leaving because they are unhappy, HR analytics helps HR say, employees are leaving after 18 months because there is no career growth and poor management support. And the data clearly shows this. So HR analytics helps HR move away from guesswork and assumptions and move towards fact-based decision. And this is exactly why companies value HR analytics so much today. Now, let's talk about why HR analytics is actually important in real work life. Earlier, many HR decisions were based mostly on experience, intuition, or senior leaders' opinions. And yes, experience is important, but it is not always accurate, and sometimes it can be biased. In today's competitive business environment, companies want clear answers. They want to know why employees are leaving, what employees are most likely to quit, what kind of training actually improves in performance, which hiring sources bring the best candidates, and how to reduce absence and burnout. These questions cannot be answered properly with feelings or assumptions. They need data. HR analytics helps organizations reduce employee turnover, improve the quality of hiring, increase employee engagement, save costs, and support leadership decisions with solid proof. In short, HR analytics helps HR be more strategic and earn a seat at the decision-making table. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of data does HR actually analyze? The good news is HR does not need to collect data from scratch. Most of this data already exists in the organization. For example, there is employee demographic data like age, gender, education, department, job role, years of experience. This data helps HR to understand the workforce, what it looks like, and whether there is diversity, balance, or gaps. Then there is recruitment data, such as the number of applicants, time taken to hire, cost per hire, sources of hiring jobs like job portals or referrals and interview scores. This data helps HR understand which hiring methods work best and where improvements are needed. HR also looks at performance data. This includes performance ratings, goal achievement, productivity levels, and promotion history. This data helps identify high performers, skills gaps, and training needs. Attendance and leave data is another important area. Absence, overtime, sick leave, and late arrivals can give strong signals about stress, burnout, or disengagement. Finally, there is employee engagement data, such as survey results, feedback form, pulse surveys, and exit interview questions. This data helps HR understand how employees feel at work, managers, and the organization. When HR looks at this data together, it starts to see a pattern and trends instead of isolated problems. Now, let's understand the difference between traditional HR and HR analytics with a simple example. In traditional HR approach, if employees were leaving, HR might assume the salary is a problem, so salaries are increased, but after some time, employees still continue to leave. In a HR analytics approach, HR studies exit interview data, employee tenure, performance reviews, and engagement scores. They discover that employees are leaving after receiving poor feedback and unclear growth opportunities. The real issue turns out to be lack of manager support, not salary. HR then focuses on manager training and career planning, and turnover starts reducing. This is the power of data-backed HR decisions. Now let's talk about the different types of HR analytics. This is a very important concept, especially for exams and interviews. But I will explain it in a very simple way. The first type of descriptive analytics, this answers the question, what happened? It looks at past data, for example, how many employees left last year, what is the current attrition rate, or how much was spent on training. It simply describes what has already happened. The second type is diagnostic analytics. This answers the questions, why did it happen? It goes deeper into the data to find reasons. For example, why did most employees leave one department? Or why is absence so high in one team? This type of analytics helps HR understand the root cause of problems. The third type is predictive analytics. This answers the question, what is likely to happen in the future? For example, which employees are at risk of leaving, or which candidates are more likely to perform well? Based on past patterns, HR can predict outcomes and take action early. The fourth and most advanced type is prescriptive analytics. This answers the question, what should we do about it, and suggests actions and solutions. For example, if we improve manager feedback quality and career planning, employee turnover may reduce by a certain percentage. This type of analytics supports strategic decision making. Now, let's share a simple real life workplace example so you can clearly see how analytics work. Imagine a company where employees are resigning frequently, managers are unhappy, HR is under pressure, and leadership wants answers. HR decides to use HR analytics instead of assumptions. They analyze exit interview data, length of service, department wise turnover, engagement, survey scores, and performance reviews. They discover that most resignations happen between 1 and 2 years of joining. Employees feel confused about career growth and feel they don't receive regular feedback from managers. Based on this data, HR introduces career path discussions, train managers on giving feedback, and start mentorship programs. Over time, employee satisfaction improves and turnover reduces. This is a perfect example of analytics in action. Now, let's talk about how HR professionals use HR analytics in their daily work. HR analytics is not only used for big presentation or reports, it's a part of everyday activities. HR uses data to plan workforce needs, improve recruitment processes, design effective training programs, measure engagement, support leadership decisions, and justify HR budgets. Instead of saying, I feel this training program is useful, HR can say, this training program improved performance scores by 20%. This kind of statement carries weight and builds trust. Many people worry that HR analytics requires advanced math or coding skills. Let me reassure you, at the beginning level, it does not. Basic skills needed include understanding HR processes, logical thinking, curiosity to ask why, basic Excel knowledge, and the ability to notice trends and patterns. Advanced tools can come later. What matters most is the mindset. Now, let's also clear some common myths. HR analytics is not only for big companies, even small organizations use simple HR metrics. You do not need to be a coding expert to start, and HR analytics does not replace human judgment or empathy. It supports better decisions while keeping the human side of HR intact. If you are a student or fresher, here are some practical ways to apply this knowledge. Learn basic Excel, understand common HR metrics like attrition and absence, practice analyzing simple HR case studies and ask why behind HR problems. This way of thinking will really help you in interviews and in your actual job. Before we close, let's quickly recap. HR analytics means using data to improve HR decisions. It helps HR move from assumptions to evidence. It improves hiring, retention, engagement, and performance. There are four types of analytics: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prospective. HR analytics is for everyone, not just data experts, and data driven HR professionals is highly valuable in today's workplace. If this video helped you understand HR analytics in a clear and simple way, please like this video and subscribe to your HR Bestie for more easy real life for more easy real world HR explanations. And I'd really love to hear from you in the comments. Are you a student, fresher, or a working professional? And what HR topic would you like me to explain next? Also remember, good HR is about people, but great HR is about understanding people with the help of data. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.